We heard music from Chris Conde featuring Blueprint with Coffee. Music from Chesky with The Gospel. The latest from Cheesemay featuring Apostle with Reflections. And Academics featuring Abstract Rude with Phoenix. This is the Urban Sweetcast, Wham 90.1 FM, D Major, Cheryl Metal, and Chris Conde in the studio with us.
Yo.
So, describe the transition from growing up gay to your current project.
Yeah, Comedy Digital EP.
Yeah.
So growing up gay was kind of like my thesis. Like if there was ever a record that I needed to put out to say what I needed to say on the time I have on Earth, this is it, right? So basically, though, it was a couple things. One, talking about processing my internalized homophobia, which basically means feeling ashamed about being gay, processing that, and then learning how to accept myself. And then two, overcoming alcoholism and drug addiction. And then three, letting people know that queer and LGBTQ identifying people are just as good as our, straight, counterparts.
Sure.
Like, we're just as heavy, we can spit fire just as well, as them. And so I feel like I achieved that. And then to show off, some of my production skills, too. Like, half that record I produced myself.
Oh, wow.
And so, so that was growing up gay. And I was like, this is me. Hello. Hi. And then, so, Comedy Digital, I remember I had a conversation with Chesky somewhere, maybe a year or two ago, before I started writing Comedy Digital. And Chesky was like, talk to your fans, and he's like, communicate. He's like, basically, you want to let your fans get to know who you are. Like, tell these stories. Let your fans know who Chris Conde really is. Like, makes them, do that. And I was like, okay, And around that time, I was really struggling with my relationships. My romantic relationship with my partner at the time, and then I was struggling with self-worth. I was feeling like I couldn't let people really get to know me because I feel like they wouldn't really like the person that they met when they got to know me. I was struggling with my finances. I just was I had some payday loan stuff out, just really crazy stuff that I felt really ashamed about talking about. And so Comedy Digital was basically shining light on all these things I felt ashamed about and writing songs about them. And forcing myself to put it into the light and be like, these are what's going on with you, and it's okay, and you can get through it. Because look, growing up gay was getting through drug addiction and really heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Now this stuff may be and I felt like the stuff on Comedy Digital was just so insidious because it's it's not that big of a deal, but it's big enough where I feel ashamed about it right now.
Right.
And so it's basically just continuing down that road of self-reflection and self-healing, and Comedy Digital was kind of basically about that. And so, that was that. And then actually naming it Comedy Digital was when Wu-Tang came to town, and y'all know this story.
Yes.
Wu-Tang came to town. Somehow I get hooked up I'm able to go to the show. I wasn't able to even go, I write for the San Antonio Current, so usually I can get into any show. For whatever reason, couldn't get to the show. Homie hooks it up, and I'm able to get to the show, and I'm able to get a backstage pass too somehow. So I'm this is kind of crazy. And what's crazy was that all day I kept daydreaming that I was gonna be hanging out and rapping with Wu-Tang backstage. And I was like, this is some serious manifestation stuff, because I barely believe in that stuff now, but now I'm just okay, yeah, manifest. So I'm hanging out, we go, everybody's hanging out in the dressing rooms, and so I'm waiting in line. The first dressing room we come to, sure enough, it's RZA. And I'm just yo. So I go up to RZA, I'm yo, RZA, I'm a rapper. And he's like, oh yeah, spit 8 bars. I was like, okay. So I rap something for him. He's like, dope. I was like, yo, so I just want something, my birthday's coming up, can you dub me Conde Digital? And he's just like, what? And I was like, Bobby Digital, and he's just and he just started laughing, he's like, that's tight. And I was like, so can he dub me Conde Digital? He's like, yeah, he's took both of his hands, iron fist, he's like, I dub you Conde Digital. And I was like, yeah! Yes. I just freaked out. And You know, and then I wrote the song, and I kind of put that little part in there because I was like, yo, like when a Wu-Tang, I'm like, I'm not gonna not put this in a song. You know what I mean? And so that was just kind of like, it was my birthday week. I'm just like, okay, tight. You know, get a little gift from the, you know, the Wu-Tang gods. You know, so that was tight. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It was just kind of the next chapter and kind of a celebration, and you know, wrapping up, you know, this like next part of my life. You know, basically. So
that was a very good weekend. Like I said, we missed out on the show, but we hit up the after party.
yeah, I wanted to go. I heard the after party was crazy.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard it
Oh
was
my
nuts.
God.
Because the show, I was like in tears at the show because I was like, dang, like there has not been a show that I felt so. I was just like, this is so iconic. This is like seeing Biggie. This is like seeing Tupac. This is seeing like someone from that era, and all of them still there. I know now ODB wasn't there, but
YDB
Yonder,
was walking
yeah,
all over the
YDB
place.
was there, and YDB was wilding out. Oh my gosh, the same energy, the voice, his hair, everything looked the same.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, dude, this is just wild, you know. And so just being able to meet RZA too, and like have all that happen, it was just like I was just really so grateful. And that's the thing too, is just like I stay grateful for everything. I work so hard. Like I'm delirious right now. I don't even know where I am. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what state we're in, you know. But I know that I work really hard. And I believe in what I'm doing, and a lot of people are believing what I'm doing too, and I appreciate the support. But it's like I work really hard, and like amazing things continue to happen, and I'm just stoked for it. You know, I'm just really just like, yo, let's keep doing this. Let's keep building.
Most definitely. And let's go ahead and get into Money, which I personally think is a very strong track.
Thank you.
Very strong track.
Yeah.
And the beats from Kate. Oh, God. the beats
Yeah,
from Kate.
this song is definitely like about that struggle. Like if you hear it, I'm just like, man, I'm struggling here. I don't know, you know, but it's tough. It's hard too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Music from Chris Conde. This is Money. Keep it locked. It is the Urban Sweet KSWM 90.1 FM.